This is Sinful Sunday. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about who shot Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old cisgendered white male from Utah who grew up in a MAGA family. I'm telling you, Republicans right now, if you have a son who is between the ages of 15 and 35, 40, have a talk with them. Check in with them. See if they're all right. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Check in with them. So he admitted to his father what he did. They turned him in. And my question to you guys is, would you have turned your son in if he came home and told you what he did? Would you have turned him in? I'm not going to answer that question. I probably wouldn't have. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Yeah, I probably would not have. An affidavit that was put in by the county of Utah. It's the affidavit of probable cause for Tyler. The charges look like it's going to be aggravated murder, felony discharge of firearm causing serious bodily injury, and obstruction of justice, capital first-degree felony conduct. Apparently, people are saying that Tyler was a groyper. He was a Nick Fuentes fan and was even further right than Charlie Kirk was. He even dressed as Trump for Halloween one year. And on the shell casings read, "Hey fascist, catch." The other casings read, "If you're reading this, you are gay, LMAO." And then other ones read, "Ciao Bella, ciao Bella, ciao Bella, Bella." Okay, so here's an article from the Daily Beast. Charlie Kirk's suspect's grandma says family is all MAGA. There he is with his father, Tyler Robinson, 22. The man arrested in connection with the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk comes from a MAGA family, his grandmother has revealed. Although MAGA figureheads have been quick to point fingers to the left for Kirk's death, Tyler's grandmother, Debbie Robinson, 69, insisted that they come from a family of Trump supporters. She spoke with the Daily Mail on Friday after news of Robinson's arrest broke. "My son, his dad, is a Republican for Trump," Debbie told the outlet. "Most of my family members are Republican. I don't know any single one who's a Democrat." And here they are trying to blame Democrats. Nancy May saying it's a tranny. She's disgusting. According to the outlet, Robinson's father, Matt, 48, was the one to turn Tyler into the authorities after he confessed to the grisly crime. Debbie has not been able to get in touch with her son since news of her grandson's arrest went public. "I'm just so confused," Debbie said, of her grandson's arrest. "Tyler is the shyest person," she said. "He has never, ever spoke politics to me at all." She insisted that Robinson has never gotten in trouble in his life. On Friday morning, President Donald Trump announced that after a days-long manhunt, a suspect had been taken into custody after Kirk, 31, was shot dead during a speaking event at Utah Valley University on Wednesday. Kirk's death is assumed to have been a political assassination as he was a prominent MAGA activist. According to public records, Robinson's parents are both registered Republicans. His mother, Amber Robinson, 44, is a licensed social worker. His father, Matt Robinson, runs a business installing kitchen countertops, cabinets, and stone surfaces in their home city of Washington, Utah. Both of them held hunting licenses. A Facebook post made by Amber Robinson describes one of Tyler's brothers as a gun-toting, cowboy-loving, brilliant kid. Happy 16th birthday to He's a leather-working, gun-toting, cowboy-loving, brilliant kid. He has so many talents, and it's been so fun to watch them develop. Love you. Tyler Robinson has previously registered as a nonpartisan voter, but according to Utah Governor Spencer Cox, he had become more political in recent years. Cox added that Robinson had told family member he disliked Kirk and mentioned that Kirk was coming to Utah Valley University. Cox shared that Robinson's roommate had handed in incriminating Discord messages in which Tyler stated specifics about bullet engravings and details about a rifle in a hidden location. Discord, however, released a statement saying Robinson did not plan the attack on their platform or promote violence. These were communications between the suspect's roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of the note the suspect had left elsewhere. Judd Hoffman, vice president of trust and safety at Discord, said in the statement. That's Tyler Robinson and his mother, Amber. Before Robinson's arrest, the police captured and subsequently released two previous suspects. Cox said that the charges against Robinson will likely be filed next week. In a Friday interview with Fox, Trump said that he hopes Robinson is punished to the fullest extent of the law. "I hope that he was going to be found guilty, I would imagine, and I hope he gets the death penalty," he said. Family. And that's according to his grandmother, Debbie Robinson, who's 69. She said no one in her family is a Democrat. Yet, we've seen how many people, my last video, I showed you the evidence of everyone wanting to wage war on Democrats. Nancy May sitting here, literally, after she knew that it was a white guy, she sat there and, you know what, let me just show you what she said.
This shit ends. Like, enough is enough. And now I have to deal with real safety concerns. It sounds like the shooter was a tranny or pro-tranny. And just because I want to protect women, that I'm worried about getting murdered? Are you Kidding me? It's out of control, and enough is enough, and I'm going to double down on this. I'm going to be more vigilant than ever. I'm going to be louder than I've ever been until this shit stops.
She is ridiculous. Look in the mirror, people. The Republicans need to get a fucking grip. Honestly, look in the mirror. Wasn't a black person, wasn't a trans person, wasn't a Muslim. It was a white, straight male, which we already knew, who grew up in a MAGA family, not surprised, from Utah. If you watched my last video, I called it. I said it's going to be a white Republican guy, and it's closer to home than we think. Statistically speaking, if we went statistically, it's going to be someone on the right, and it's a man, and it's going to be a white dude. Okay. Right there in Utah he was from. Okay? I said the call was coming from inside the house, and it did. But what else has happened is that at the same time, there was another shooting in Colorado at the Evergreen High School. Desmond Holly, a 16-year-old boy. Again, straight, white, male. Of course, it's calling, a lot of people now are calling on gun control. We need more gun control. We need more gun control. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, we do need gun control. But I did a video on mass shootings, and I'll tell you right now, even though we have over time put little pieces of legislation for gun control through, mass shootings have gone up. And like I said in my last video, I don't know if it's gun control we need as much as white men need to get some fucking self-control. While Republicans are waging war on Democrats, I don't know what Democrats are doing. I don't know what we're supposed to do, because I don't want to sink to their level and go war on Republicans, but Charlie Kirk was a white cisgendered male who spread hate and preached the fact that, sorry, there's just going to be unfortunate deaths that occur so we can have the Second Amendment. Well, when you invite things like that, how are you surprised when they show up? Take accountability as well on your side. Jesus Christ. Now, guys, please, if you're watching this, hit the subscribe button. Please, it'll help with the algorithm. It'll be easier to find me again if you want to. If you don't, you can just ignore me on that feed. But I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. So I just watched Stephen Miller on Fox News lose his shit. He's calling for the death of Democrats, calling for a war on Democrats. Not surprising at all. Here, let's watch this clip together. And of course, being one of Trump's main advisors, you think he'd be advising everyone to stay calm, to not jump to conclusions, but nah. Because they're going to do everything they can in the name of Charlie Kirk.
Tell you something I've not shared with anybody, but the last message that Charlie Kirk gave to me before he joined his creator in heaven was he said that we have to dismantle and take on the radical left organizations in this country that are fomenting violence. That was the last message that he sent me before that assassin stole him from all of us. And we are going to do that under President Trump's leadership. I don't care how. It could be a RICO charge, a conspiracy charge, conspiracy against the United States, insurrection, but we are going to do what it takes to dismantle the organizations and the entities that are fomenting riots, that are doxing, that are trying to inspire terrorism, and that are committing acts of wanton violence. It has to stop. And my message is to all of the domestic terrorists in this country spreading this evil hate: you want us to live in fear? We will not live in fear, but you will live in exile.
Wow. Wow. But you will live in exile. And when he says to all the domestic terrorists that want to spread this hate, is he talking to his followers? Is he talking to Republicans? White, cis, males? That's who you're talking to, right? Because that's who spreads it, right? Or are you talking to and about Charlie Kirk right now? But we know that every Republican's accusation is also a projection and a confession. They know that their side is much more radical. MAGA is radical. I'm not even talking Republicans. I'm talking MAGA. I'm talking Stephen Miller. And they're just using Charlie's death as a coin, as a chip, to get everything they want through, to go ahead and undo the Constitution and ignore amendments. They're going to take this and run with it as fast and as far as they can. Elon Musk is even, either we fight back or they will kill us. Like, what are we talking? I was over here thinking World War III, like we're going to repeat that history. But are we actually going to the Civil War here? What the? Now, here's the thing. Sure, there are people on the left who are happy about this, but those aren't the people in office. Those aren't people making decisions. Those aren't most of the political pundits. And so just like on their side, there are people that, were happy when the Minnesota couple was killed, the Democratic representative in Minnesota. There are those people on both sides, just like there's violence on both sides. But statistically, It happens more on one side than the other. Sorry. And if this had been, when it does happen actually to a Democratic politician, or, and he wasn't a politician, but when this happens to someone on the left, we do not sit here and call for a civil war. We don't sit here and say, this is on Republicans. Republicans have to own this. Let's go to war with them. We don't do that. And when Elon Musk sits there and reposts these far, like radical, whatever, ideals here, what he's doing is fueling the fire, because he has so many followers. So a lot of Republicans are going to see that and go ahead and apply that to everyone on the left because they're narrow-minded. He's playing a game, and he's, remind you guys, a billionaire immigrant who came here to poison our country, who has literally taken jobs from people by firing them in the federal positions they were in, but also with his AI push. This is not a person who is here for America. No. He's Africana. So at the end of the day, America, it fell right back into statistics. A white cisgendered male from a Republican religious family. Yeah, I said that in my last video because I was going based on statistics. The day that they're wrong, I'll say something else. Now we have to wonder what the aftermath will be. Will we be able to gather in groups like that outside to have debates and open forum discussions? Are we gonna have to go everywhere where there's like tons of security and you're gonna just have to get wanded in all the time? What is the aftermath to this? Are we gonna go to a civil war because Republicans aren't willing to look in the mirror or at least face the truth? What's the aftermath? Is Trump now going to use the National Guard for sure to go into blue cities because it was the Dems' fault, though it wasn't, to push more of his agenda through? Probably. The aftermath to this is that the Republicans are going to do everything they can against the Dems in the name of Charlie, even though the call came from inside the House.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the House. You hear me? It's coming from inside the House.
The MAGA Utah religious family's house. The white family's house. The Christian family's house. And I would only be pointing this out right now if they hadn't sat there and declared war on Democrats and on transgender people. Leave them alone. Why the hell? I just did a debate yesterday for Mute Points, and it'll be out in a couple days. I crushed it. But we are tripping over less than 1% of the population. Like, transgender people, leave them alone. I was debating, said he's happy to be in a country where people fear us and not love us. Okay? This is the problem, is people are running around with fear and hate in their hearts instead of love. He preferred to live in a world of fear than love, where we emulate fear and not love. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. So stupid. And people who operate like that, walk around like that, I gotta know how insecure you are, how hateful you are, or how ignorant. Okay? Keeping it real, being honest, because that's what we do here. Okay? I'm gonna put you on to my real thoughts. So tell me your real thoughts in the comments, but don't be too mean. Have a great day.